Welcome to Moody's One-Shot Lore. I'm your narrator, and I'll be guiding you through the tales from Contentium Academy. Please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media channels below to stay updated on the latest stories. Let's dive into this intriguing world together. Tess Spring was sitting in the police station, gazing down at her feet with a heavy heart filled with disappointment and defeat. Her mind kept flashing back to the horrors that lay within her dorm room, Molly's lifeless body on the floor. The memories made her head spin, threatening to overwhelm her until a voice pierced through her thoughts. Tess, I know you're going through a hard time right now, but I need you to focus. Nick's voice broke through her reverie. Startled, Tess snapped back to reality. Sorry, what was the question? She replied, her voice tinged with sadness. Nick rose from his chair, placing a comforting hand on Tess's shoulder. I'm sorry, he said softly. Tess shook her head, her eyes filled with remorse. It's all my fault. Molly warned me not to get involved, but I couldn't just let it go, she confessed. Why didn't you come to me? You know I would have done everything I could to help. Nick's concern was evident in his tone. You were busy with another assignment, and I couldn't sit still on this one, Tess explained, her voice heavy with regret. After I finished the assignment, this case would have been my next priority. Couldn't you wait just a little bit? Nick's disappointment was palpable. You know exactly why I couldn't sit on something like this. You of all people should understand. Tess's frustration boiled over. I'm sorry, that wasn't fair. It's just... I'm really shaken up over this. This person needs to be brought to justice, and there could be a chance that he is the one. Tess began, but Nick interrupted gently. This isn't the same person, Tess. I made sure of it. I got access to the whole case file. This is someone completely different, Nick assured her. Tess's face fell, the realization sinking in. The person who had killed her best friend was not the one responsible for her mother's death. Tears welled up in her eyes, and Nick noticed her distress. It was very impressive how you led the cops to the burial grounds of a serial killer with such limited information. You sure you want to be an idol? I believe the Princess of Justice would suit you, Nick joked, trying to lighten the mood. A small smile tugged at the corners of Tess's lips, and she chuckled softly. Thank you, Nick, she said, feeling a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. The next day, Tess threw herself into her classes with renewed determination. She immersed herself in script readings, acting, songwriting, dancing, and finishing up a video for the dimensional internet. Despite the whispers of her classmates who couldn't understand how she could carry on after losing her best friend, Tess pushed through, using her work as a coping mechanism. After a long day, Tess found herself standing in front of her mother's tombstone, pouring her heart out to the woman she had lost. Tears streamed down her face as she questioned why everyone close to her was taken away. As she approached her dorm building, Tess was greeted by Moody, who sat nonchalantly in front of the door, as if waiting for her arrival. Good mooning, Moody quipped jokingly as Tess approached. Tess chuckled softly, appreciating Moody's attempt to inject some humor into the heavy atmosphere. Moods, it's 7 p.m. How is it morning? She replied, a hint of amusement in her voice. I've been waiting to use that pun. I'm sorry I couldn't wait a few more hours to use it, but it just needed to be used, Moody explained with a grin. Curious about Tess's plans, Moody inquired, What are you about to do? Tess let out a tired sigh, feeling the weight of the day pressing down on her. I've had a long day and I kind of just want to go to sleep, she admitted wearily. Moody's eyebrows shot up incredulously. You mean to tell me that you're going to go to sleep where your best friend just died? He asked, his tone laced with sarcasm. Feeling a pang of embarrassment, Tess lowered her gaze, her cheeks flushing with shame. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it. I've just been overworking myself, she confessed sheepishly. Sensing Tess's need for distraction, Moody's expression softened. Well, I've come up with a plan to take your mind off everything, he announced eagerly. I just bought your favorite movie, and I got your favorite ice cream. So we can just sit here and eat ice cream and watch movies until the sun comes up. A warm smile spread across Tess's face as she looked up at Moody, gratitude shining in her eyes. "That sounds perfect," she said, relieved to have a friend who understood her struggles. Side by side, Tess and Moody settled in for a night of movies and ice cream, finding solace in each other's company as they navigated the storm of emotions swirling within her. When Tess woke up in the teacher's lounge the next morning, surrounded by pillows and blankets, a note from Moody reminded her not to overwork herself. Tess smiles. But when she pulls out her phone, the moment of respite was short-lived when she saw a news report on her phone, a chilling revelation that someone had stole Molly's body. The news sent a shiver down Tess's spine as she realized that the nightmare was far from over.
As we walk this lonely road, is right under your nose. Girl, speed up, you walking slow.
It's goodie bars and I'm good with goodbyes. Better straighten out your face while you steady your lies. See the pain in your face when you losing your mind. Got post-traumatic stress, you lost the feeling in highs. See the horrors of war. If you saw someone dying, would you open the door? On my job, highlighting the core. My words bless you, yes, you feeling annoying. Everybody wanna ramble, they don't get to the point. Your girl like a clown, I just hit her.